Hello everyone. Our today's topic name is transmission electron microscopy. So, dear student, before starting our today's point, we will first recapitulate our previous lecture, that is on electron microscopy and scanning electron microscopy. So, first, electron microscopy is similar to the optical microscopies. In electron microscopy, electrons are used in place of electromagnetic radiation, and electrostatic or magnetic lenses are used instead of glass lenses. So, here in electron microscopy, simply we used electrons and electrostatic or magnetic lenses. Electron microscopy has two types. First one is scanning electron microscopy and transmission electron microscopy. So, first scanning electron microscopy. Actually, this technique we already learned at our last lecture, and this is our recapitulation. So, same is used to visualize the surface of objects. In case of same, we use the particle nature of the electron. So, we have a sample surface, and once we use electron, that electron bounce off from that surface of the specimen, and as it bounces off, there is a detector to detect the surface structure of sample in more detail. So, this is a short idea about SIM. Okay. So, let's move toward our today's point, that is transmission electron microscopy. So, content of our today's lecture is principle, construction and working, advantages, disadvantages, and its applications. So, see here, transmission electron microscopy, which is also called as TEN. It allows one the study of inner structures. In TEM, the idea here is to we have a sample, but always remember here the sample is very thin. Ultra thin sample should be required. Okay, means here we need ultra thin sample in tail, and in that case electron that we used, it will pass through sample and is transmitted through that sample, and that electron are transmitted through that ultra thin sample, which is very hard to prepare as compared to handling of tail. Okay, this is a basic idea of tail. Okay, So let's move toward principle of transmission electron microscopy. The TEM operates on the same basic principle as light microscopy but uses electron instead of light. Means in TEM we use electrons and in light microscopy used light. Okay. When an electron beam passes through a thin section specimen of a material, electrons are scattered or transmitted. Then the electromagnetic lenses focus the scattered electron into an image or a diffraction pattern or a nano analytical spectrum depending on the mode of operation. So, see here, we get one image as well as we get a diffraction pattern. This is a main advantage of transmission electron microscopy. This is a principle of transmission electron microscopy. So, next is instrumentation and working of TEM. So, this is a very basic diagram of transmission electron microscopy to give idea about instrumentation and working of TEM. So, students, see here, these all components, condenser lenses, sample, objective lenses, detector, are similar to optical microscopy, but only difference is that the lenses are not optical. Means this condenser lens, objective lens are not optical, that are electromagnetic lenses, and these electromagnetic lenses are behaves like an anode. Okay, and the source is here we use tungsten filament, and in light microscopy we use light. This is a main difference between light microscopy and transmission electron microscopy. So in our TEM we use tungsten. When tungsten filament is heated, it produces lots of electron. But now the electron must be focused through all these lenses, means condenser lens, objective lens, all these lenses, so that they reach the sample, and is very important for us to arrange these electrons in a single beam, in single beam, and focus toward specimen, and focus toward specimen. But this is not achieved only with the help of electron generation. We need extra, we need to add some energy to the electron so that they move straight as a single beam to reach the specimen. Okay. For this we need, or we have to add some extra energy voltage, a very high, approximately 20 kilovolt. That amount of energy is added. Okay. Then the electron can focus through condenser lens, condenser lenses to toward sample, and then objective energy then objective lenses, then eyepiece lenses, and then we need detector to detect the signal. Okay, means first that electron pass through condenser lenses, then sample, then again from objective lenses to give a single lens, then toward detector to give a signal, means to give a image. Okay, here that image is always in black and white. That image is always black and white, and all these components are packed in vacuum chamber. This vacuum chamber is airtight, airtight, and because of this, air is not disturb electron the air not disturb the electron, and that's why we get a clear image, and that clear image is always in black and white, always black and white. This is the role of this vacuum chamber. Okay, and one thing is remain here, sample preparation. For temp we require sample is in very very thin. Sample preparation for temp has some stages. First stage is fixation, then second stage is rinsing and staining, third stage is dehydration, fourth one is embedding in resin, next one is trimming of resin block and ultra thin sectioning, and last one is collection of sections on a grid. Okay, these stages are required to preparation of sample. That's why we said that sample preparation or preparing a specimen in temp is very hard as compared to handling of temp. Okay, we see that stages in detail. Okay, first stage is what? Fixation. Fixation means what? Fixed with a chemical product, or that chemical product is generally glycerol glutaraldehyde. This is used for fixation of sample in tin. Second stage is what? Rinsing and staining. In this stage, treated with heavy metal components. For rinsing we use heavy metal treated with heavy metal components. Then next stage is dehydration. So washing with increasing ethanol concentration followed by final wash in another polar substances. Polar substance is used here, propylene oxide. Okay. Then next stage is what? Embedding in resin. The material is gradually infiltrated with the steel unpolymerized resin. Little piece of resin infiltrate material are placed in small holders. This is embedding in resin stage. Okay, next one is trimming of resin block and ultra thin sectioning. So, section with a thickness about centi nanometer. how many? 70 nanometer, and are cut with special knife of cleave glass. Here, special knife is used for cleave glass. The cutting is done with ultra microtome. Okay, and last stage is collection of section on grid. Okay, this is a whole idea about preparation of sample in 10. Okay, and this is idea about instrumentation and working of 10. Okay, now next is advantages. So, dear student, first advantage of 10 is 10 provide information on element and compound structures. Okay, very simple. Then second is 10s offer very powerful magnification and resolution. In 10, resolution is very high. Image are high quality and detail. Means in 10 we get a high quality image which is in detailed structure. Okay. And also diffraction pattern. Means in 10 we get image as well as we get a diffraction pattern. We see one example. See here, silicon dioxide nanoparticles. This is an image and we get here diffraction pattern also of silicon dioxide. Okay. And this 10 has the advantages. This is main advantages of 10. That one not only obtain the image of specimen but also diffraction pattern, okay, which enable to make the detailed crystal structure analysis of the sample. Okay, this is an advantages of sale. Sorry, 10. Now disadvantages of 10. 10s are large and expensive. Laborious sample preparation. In 10, the laborious sample preparation means for this very well trained persons are required. Analysis and operation requires special training. Means to operate this 10 we require trained persons. Image are black and white, and this in 10 we always get a black and white image. 10 requires special housing and maintenance. This is a main disadvantage. What 10 requires special housing and maintenance. Now applications of 10. The first application is 10 provides topographical, morphological and compositional crystalline information. In 10, in same, we already seen these all terms. Okay, you all know in very well. Next one is cancer research study of tumor cell ultrastructure. The image allows researchers to view samples on a molecular level, making it possible to analyze and structure. And this is whole about transmission electron microscopy. Okay. So our today's assignment on transmission electron microscopy. So our first question is, give application of transmission electron microscopy. Second question, explain in detail principle and working of transmission electron microscopy. Third one is, give advantages of TEM. Next, give disadvantage of TEM. This is our today's assignment. Okay, and these questions are important for exam. So, thank you dear students.